experience and what on this type of meeting. So what was this meeting about? It's the same thing the one was about up in New York with the president. The same what the brother was talking about. What about the Iranians and sectarianism? Tahrir Square, they calling me, telling me it's a real revolution. I'm telling them it ain't. It ain't because people are messing up. In fact, it's a good documentary movie if you got Netflix. This one made in Egypt. It's not that bad. It's from a secular point of view, but they almost purely hate Equan. They hate Equan for a good reason. Equan steps in and hijacks the movement. Equan is deadly on that. That's why out in Gaithersburg, you know, our friends out there, they called me the Dar al-Hijr several years ago. Why? Because the Pakistanis that started the center, everybody knows Brother Muhammad. He started it. It was a nursery, and they built it and built it. Now it's a big conglomeration of multi-blooming blooms. They're on the road. But the Equan, especially the Syrian brothers out there, they try to take over. They wanted me to mediate. And I told them, when you become the president of a center, you're the president for everybody, not for your group. You know, like if we were joined with a lot of other people, right? Okay. I have to be looking out for everybody. Not all As-Sabiqun. They don't do that. They don't believe in it. They believe in their group and their crew. Equan that lost so much prestige. That's why all Equan and Equan hooked up with ISNA and ICNA, all of them hooked up, you know, Islamic Circle, you know, ICNA, hooked up with the mass, Equan. And that's why maybe about 10 years ago, remember all the sheikhs was coming through for Juma and sitting around. They had offered us to join them. I said, well, do you want us to send you some sheikhs? It's absolutely not. I said, because y'all scared, and then he's gonna speak Arabic real good, and the dumb niggas gonna think that he got sense. That's told him that, exactly that. I said, I'm sorry, they don't know what to do here, so we don't want no sheikhs. We don't want no sheikhs. We love everybody. You got anything for us to do, we're ready. We'll carry out the garbage, we'll sweep up, pick up papers after a thing, security. It don't make no difference. We want to help the movement. But we ain't gonna have nobody coming over here and diverting us away from what we know what to do. We've spent decades figuring out what should we do in this environment. We'll get back to the home folks. So we had Jelani's people there, and a couple of us Negro women lawyers up there. Okay. Of course, our dear friend Nihad is there. And in my group, y'all noticed I got a little loud over there.
Yeah, what was that about?
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I wrapped up, I closed up to, remember, because when I was talking to somebody personally, I'd have everything, the ayats.
Right.
Okay. Now, the first thing you got to understand is, what's the meeting for? The meeting, according to, is to do what? Discuss the impending situation that Donald Trump has been elected and what we should do as a people, you know, in this trying situation. Okay? Is that what they did? Hell no. They didn't do nothing like that. Right? They did the same thing they've been doing all the time. And so now you got to look at it. Okay, what's the purpose of this meeting? The purpose of this meeting is to show their power, to destroy our confidence in their power, because the white man done showed them their power. I'll show you how they done showed them their power. And they're in total collaboration with the white man. Number one, when we're over there, I'm next to Nihad. Now, I don't care what number they gave me. I already had him locked into Nihad, you know. Everybody's giving their spiel, the same white people, right? The lawyer, sound like a white girl. I wasn't paying that much attention. You know, the ACL.
Yeah, she's on.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a white lawyer in there.
Yeah, there was a
John.
Yeah, that's right.
He was in my group too.
Huh?
The white lawyer was in my group too.
But what's going on with them? Remember Shaquille doing the phone call is sitting up there. So I'm listening to the white woman. Ain't talking about nothing. So that's why I brought up to curiosity. That's, you know, Japanese. Kamatsu. Let me see. I know his name. Well, I know the case very well.
Right.
It's historical. You know, when you study things like we do, the Japanese sued during our time for what they had did to their people and their parents and grandparents. People is all dying out. So we're going to clear this up before they're dead. Remember, that was 1941 to 1942 to 45. Except for the ones that they took out of the 357 or something, the ones that the Japanese that they took out of the camps and sent over to Europe.
Right.
Most decorated troops in World War II, except for the Negroes. They fought hard and proved that we're not Japs, we're Americans. Anyway, everybody do that stuff. So, I said, well, they apologized for doing that and they even put out a little money, but the law, the Supreme Court refused to change the law. The law stands, doesn't it? They can still take you to jail right now under the same law that they took them. They can take y'all, they can't take us. They can make life miserable for you if they want to, but they can't take you to a concentration camp, right? So you heard what the white lady said. The brother is right. Yes, he's right. He's right. Yeah, he just wanted. Now let me try to figure out if I can soften this. All the other stuff she's trying is softening the reality. It's just shut up, lady, and stop lying to these people.
Right.
See, she was shocked because she didn't know nobody in the audience knew that. Yeah. The shock is what made her start trying to soften it and lie.
It was people that knew it because when Imam Musa was talking,
Shaquille.
Other people was shaking their head like,
right. And then
he's right.
Shaquille was up there. I said, Kamotso. He called his name perfectly. He did. He said he's talking about such and such. Curiosity. So it's all clear. Now, I'd be here for 100,000 years. What was the whole purpose of that meeting? Do y'all remember the movie quite a while back, about 30 years ago, a little more? Luke Ross had played Anwar Sadat.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. And he's saying to people why he changed from the Russians to the Americans. He said the Americans are holding 99% of the cards. Okay. So what they wanted to do was show us, you haven't had no big victory. You told the people in the last big speeches all around that God done handed the Iranians. And the world is sympathizing with the Shias. They are. They wanted to, that's what's the name was trying to convince me of. There's a lot of sectarianism. The sectarianism is going down. The people are turning anti-Saudi. What Nihad and the other big ISNA people were saying in front of the president, I couldn't take it no more. I said they was trying to convince them that there's a lot of sectarianism. And why is Iraq? I said, hey man, you blaming the wrong people. The Saudis is bombing Yemen. When the Negro, the trio, the University of Maryland trio.
Trifecta.
When they over in Indonesia, I have to go over there because there's a lot of Sunni Shia fitna. What did the South African brothers say? Every khutbah starts with, well, that's a damn lie. I just left South Africa. I ain't been Long Island. And I'm in 100% contact. That is not the environment in South Africa. That whole thing was to convince us that we are incorrect in our analysis. You think about it. Was it to come together to do what they said? Absolutely not. And when I'm over there talking, they said, what should we discuss? I said, well, look, the main thing, you got to have a vision of who you are and where you want to go and what you want to do, and then the mission is how to carry it out. Then they start moving to other stuff like media and all of that. And now we're going to concentrate on the secondary stuff instead of the primary stuff. That's when I said, hey man, what are you doing? No organization, everything, I don't know, I stopped Nihad on everything over there. Everything he said. The Arab brother, the tall Arab brother, he's the one that came in and he wasn't searching for no group. He was to come where I am. He's the one pushing. We got to work with ADL. We got to work with, he was running it. We got to drop those labels, and we got to work with anybody that will stand with us. LBBGD, all, you know them labeled people, right?
You know what you sound like? That sounded like an answer meeting back then.
So, I said, hey, look, if you don't know who you are, right, then, and what you about, what you want to do, you dealing with the branches and the leaves instead of the root. The trunk. What are you? What do we want Muslims to look like in the near future? Right? You're talking about media. You have the ability to do all the media. I said, Nihad here got 33 joints around the country. Go and meet the people instead of going to the system, go to the people. We done told them that for 20 years. If you go to the system is crumbling. You go to the people, Latinos, all the cases they got, you take them. And don't take no pictures of it and put no plaque about how many people you help. Don't do that. Stop that SHIT. I actually said it in those terms. Stop that stuff, man. Don't do that no more. Taking a picture of the helpless, homeless Mexican. Nosotros son amigos. Mi casa es su casa. My house is your house. We're in this together and act and mean it. When you get in hot water, I said, the Negro is not the favorite anymore around here. Say he outgunned and outnumbered. He ain't outgunned, but he outnumbered. And he's getting less and less. I said, the Mexicans, this is their country. And the other part over there is technically theirs. That's their country. And now they done knocked off, who ever seen a Mexican in Maine? New Hampshire. Right? Spanish. Anyway, that was their goal. Their goal was to show us all their cards. They do it every now and then. I don't know if I've mentioned it. Every now and then, they show you their power. Okay, Saddam, anybody else? They said, this is too much power for me. Now, the white man showed Nihad them his power, because Nihad slipped up. He said, well, you don't know we're making a lot of progress. I say, yeah, in the wrong direction. So, just look at it now. They're in full cooperation with the government. Here's what the government showed. Same thing when I was watching Abdul-Alim 8 years ago, maybe 12, whatever it is, look. Here's what they showed. You stick with us or you're finished. Now, we're going to take the craziest man in the universe and have him say and act like the biggest butthole in world history. And we're going to elect him the president. That means you got to go with us. If you don't, we're going to steamroll your behind. You think you ain't getting nothing here. They accept him. They accept him. Why did they accept? Because 2 days later, after the defeat, because remember, the people who's running the show on the same team. They don't care nothing about Democrats and Republicans. What they showing, we run the system. Right. We want a nigger to be president, he's gonna be the president. The machine gonna say so, the dumb people gonna listen to us. Right? That's the only way you can explain Trump win. They fixed it 100%. But they showed everybody one thing. People they want to show, we'll whoop your behind so bad, you can't get no out-media us, you can't do nothing. You got to follow us. You got to bow down to us. And they did. That's why 3 days later, their homeboy, Nihad's best homeboy, Keith Ellison, is being put up for the damn spokesman of the Democratic and they told Miss Hillary, don't you worry, girl. We're going to have your daughter. She signed up for Congress, ready to go to Congress, right? That's right. Don't worry. Your daughter going to be the first woman president. Don't worry about it. Hell, you want to sit up there and work yourself to death? Hell, go take a vacation. Your daughter, we're going to hook her up. And we got the story for her already, which they do. And it's going to work if the country's still here. So that showed, no, that they haven't did. Remember now, we took the peace pipe around everybody. Think about it in the last, oh, well, here's what we got to do. But of course, if we just get a little signal diplomacy, we'll be as easy as possible, which is true. We don't want to just blow up the whole house. We want to, we have to use, there's certain things we have to do. We have to use all of this to educate the people on what happened. And if we can do this, then they're going to realize they can do it. Now, I wanted y'all to come. If I would have told you, if I'm lying, then what went on over there? You tell me. If what I'm not saying is not absolutely not humanly correct, then what did they do over there? Why? How much money do they have to fly in people from all over to do nothing?
Plenty of it.
That mean, see, what does that mean? That means we on the money, buddy. We whooping behind. We'll hit that button again. We are 152% correct on literally everything. And they want to convince us, psychological warfare, if they can convince Marcus Garvey that he died, they always keep that stuff going. They say, this is another nigga. If we can convince him, we keep doing the nigga stuff. Keep doing it, we'll get the nigga. It ain't working.
It's all right.
It ain't working at all.
You know, the group I was in, you know, they had that big old piece of paper to write stuff down. They must have wrote down about 25 points, different people's stuff. So the brother you was talking about, this the Imam out there for Isna, with the turban on, he came in there. He came kind of late, but he got the idea real quick. So he raised his hand up. They let him speak. He said, that stuff you got there on the board, he said, none of that gonna work. None of it. He said, you have to be grounded, you know, in the Quran and the Sunnah for your game plan. He said, ain't none of that gonna work. And I'm telling you, you are absolutely right, because I don't care what you told them. They gonna still go with the program. That stuff about inviting you to discuss, no, all that stuff, like you said, was prearranged.
They already had,
already prearranged.
Yeah,
but you know what, though?
The way they was running it.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is that we still got a chance to tell them what it is. And so you can mess around and follow that plan if you want to, and you might be in a concentration camp.
No, we use perfect, they said something about the law and I said, Nihad, don't you remember back in the 90s when Janet Reno, we met with Janet Reno, and y'all had a program, cooperation, confrontation and cooperation, and I told y'all, you're gonna be confronted. You're gonna be confronted. You don't have nothing to say about it. They coming after you. You don't remember that? I said, now, everything else. I said, the management principles, leadership principles, is you have to have a vision or a picture or goal. Where do we want to go? What do we want to look like? You got to. Then he leans over to me. I said, look, this is not fair. Don't have the people come from all over the country and run in here, scribble a few things on the wall, and then run back home. The people came from all over the country here. Okay, I believe they paid all of that. They got everything. They give people a free vacation. Everybody there was not in on that.
Right.
But the management of it, the management of it is one, yes.
You can tell by the way the groups broke up.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell by each group leader.
Yeah.
Each group leader was one of them.
Of course.
To run their program. I'm sitting next to Jamal, and we got a little, you know, low-key thing going on where he know I don't like nothing that he be talking about, and he don't like nothing I be talking about, but I give him respect because he's a Muslim, you know. And he's sitting there, I'm sitting right by him, and then when I finally get a chance to say something, he like, oh boy, here we go, you know. You know, I just talk about regular old Quran Sunni, man, Musa, you know, to give him confidence. Look, man, don't you remember this? Man, the dude tried to rush me out like, look, man, let's go to the next person. I said, hey, no problem.
That's the point. Okay. That's what they wanted to do. Is what they did. Let me go over a few more points here.
See, you got me pumped up now.
So, the one thing that we learned from this arranged meeting is this, is that we're right smack dab on the money. And they're trying to convince us that Iran is the problem, not Saudi Arabia. That's a bad analysis. And now you gotta remember, everybody is in on this, including the our friendly folks. They've had similar, it's been I mean, when I come in driving, I'll be driving home. I'm telling you, Medea Benjamin, the little
Cold pink.
cold pink lady, she done wrote a book on Saudi Arabia. So I gave my analysis of the whole thing, and everybody got their eyes big and everything, and they know this is true. One guy asked, so, Miss Benjamin, do you agree that Saudi Arabia is on the way out? And not quite. So I didn't insult the lady, but lady, you don't know nothing about this. And they stupid having you here when we telling you where you are. See, the white folks, they can't tell them nothing about the religious, spiritual, where you are. This message to the Shia community, hey man, got everybody mad. I said, no, you didn't hand it to them. All they got to do is handle it right. They can't. This is a ball, let's stick to your hand like glue. You don't have to worry. They trying to throw it out and it's like a cartoon. I said, Uncle Tom's is trying to throw that ball away. The global leadership of the Muslim world for the liberation and transformation of the Islamic world and other parts also in the best way possible. That's been my lecture. Now it's coming up again in Phoenix. They got another, you know, regular Christmas yet.
I want to just give you my note from, this is from August 28th. Shia community, subject of today, age of Shia. Imam Mahdi is a diversion from Vilayati Faqih.
Yes, that's right.
I just want you to know, I got it. I got it.
No, alhamdulillah.
I got it.
See, that's what everybody, I'm telling you, when I go in to the offices, everywhere, it's just like clear that, oh my God. Now, can't nobody do nothing about it, but they're trying to figure out how to get around what we was praying for, what God had given. They're trying to get around it. And I told them I said, you know, I ain't heard nothing about Vilayati Faqih here in years. They need to look up. These supposed to be the Vilayati Faqih folks. So I ain't heard nothing about no Vilayati Faqih, and I don't know when, you know. And I just went on out. Well, would you make a proposal for your project? I said, I'm not making no damn proposal. I'm not making no proposal. If what I say don't carry no weight, if I know everybody in the show from top to bottom, wives, children, friends, brothers and sisters, family members, just tell them this is what Musa said. If they don't like it, tell them go on about their business. You know what I mean? If they don't, if I'm not writing no proposal, it'll be the 50th one anyway. I'm not writing that. I told y'all 10 years ago I ain't writing no more proposals. So you'll understand what the hell I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, homeboys, forget it. Let me try to speed up. This meeting was very revealing and very connected. It revealed, you know, all the loose stuff. What are they doing about why they picked that nigga to want to, and the old little old man from up there, Barney is the same one put his name up, right? So why they want him to be the Democratic chief? You know, Keith Ellison. All of a sudden, from oblivion to running. Now, this is ridiculous.
Just shades of Obama. That's the same thing they did with Obama, out of nowhere.
The rising star. That's
they got to be kissing butt, though. They got to be...
kissing?
Yeah, they might be sucking on people. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound vulgar or nothing, but these people are ridiculous. Okay? All the people in that meeting, not all, but the top ones are like that. They don't have principles and ethics. They're like political parties here. And he had them was like, he don't have no compunction about lying, flat out lying. I'm telling you, when I was up there, the president ran, I said, hold it. Hold it. The same thing I did at the Negro meeting down in Plainfield, near your home. Everybody was speaking, and one of the brothers, when he ran there, was shot down in Bandar Abbas. I told some of the brothers down in Dixie, go by and visit the Imam and ask him. He said, Then I called another guy, what's his name down there in Dixie, Mansour Ansari. I said, hey man, why don't y'all for the demonstration go by and see the chief in the region? He said, can't do that. Then I'm sitting in the meeting, and the finger is pointing. It is some type of tragedy. But they can shoot an airliner down, and there's no response from the Ummah. I said, hold it, just a minute now. This is when I said, I like the speeches, but I know the speakers. What am I supposed to do? In other words, I like what these niggas are saying, but I know them. That's basically exactly what I'm saying. Fareed Newman got all that on camera. He won't give it up. He'll call every now and then. Anyway, future behavior. Did you have your hand up this
The meeting was very revealing and connected.
Yeah. It was very revealing, and first of all, it revealed everything that we just talked about. Chelsea gonna be to Congress already? Of course she don't know. Why did they put that nigga? Why did they put Keith Ellison 2 days after the thing? What does he have the Democratic Party to offer? What is he?
Lips.
Hey, right? That's what Nihad was telling me. We're making a lot of progress. I said in the wrong direction. They are. They've sold out. You could see it. What they said over there had nothing to do with reality.
You're right.
And they don't want nobody. I'm pulling out ayats. I don't know, y'all didn't see me over there. I folded up my ayats. So after a while, I said, F y'all. I said, I already see what this is. I'm going to just start hollering and mess it up. Yeah.
One of the girls in my group, kind of young woman.
Right.
This is what she said. She's a nice little young lady. She said she got a 7-year-old daughter. And what the problem she got is trying to explain to her daughter. Her daughter's confused about being a Muslim and being an American. And since her daughter's confused, that's why she came to the meeting.